Hello, my name is Christopher Renstrom, and I want to welcome you to my weekly horoscope predictions for February 5th to February 11th, 2024. Now, the theme for this week is break down or break through. Now, I imagine some of you out there are going, heavens to Betsy, Christopher, what do you mean by this breakdown or breakthrough? You make it sound so catastrophic. Well, it's not catastrophic, not really, but what I do want to do is pay homage to the fact that the Sun is forming a square to Uranus, the planet of revolution and change this week, and that is always a very volatile and unpredictable combination. Now, these squares between Sun and Uranus take place twice a year. They take place in January and in August. So basically, you can remember winter and summer. And they have been biannual events, taking place twice a year events, since 2019. Now, what does a Sun and Uranus square do? Well, what a Sun and Uranus square does is turn everything in your life upside down or inside out. In fact, the best way to think of a Sun-Uranus square is as a Mercury retrograde on steroids. So, does that mean like everything is going to go to hell in a handbasket? No, not necessarily. But what I do want you to keep in mind is that as we get close to the February 8th placement, there is a Sun-Uranus square taking place right before a new moon in the zodiac sign of Aquarius. And so this new moon basically takes away the light in the sky. So when you have this energy of light diminishing in the sky, and then the Sun-Uranus square taking place, that can sort of leave you open to surprise revelations, unexpected twists, and something being thrown at you from out of left field. And because it's hidden by the dark of the moon, which is what the new moon stands for, it's something that you want to keep your eye out for so that you don't wind up getting blindsided. So with this Sun-Uranus square that's taking place, as I said before at the beginning, it's either going to come across in your life as a breakdown or a breakthrough. Now, I imagine some of you are like, well, do I get a third choice? Like, not neither of them? But no, it's going to be either breakdown or breakthrough. Now, should a situation in your life break down, the positive side to this is that this might be the only way that you can escape a rut or a difficult situation that you've been in that's been weighing down on you for weeks or even perhaps months. So sometimes when we feel stuck in a situation, it's only by something breaking down that we feel a release and a subsequent release. And if it's a breakthrough, well, if it's a breakthrough, you can consider this payback for all those upset apple carts you've been picking up after for the past few years. Hello, Libra. The Venus-Uranus Trine on February 7th shows you being airlifted out of that corner you painted yourself into recently. Now, what is this corner that you painted yourself into? Well, you might have double booked yourself. You might have overpromised, in other words, made a promise that you couldn't really keep, or you may find yourself behind on bills that need to be paid. So this is a bit of a tight spot, as they say. But what's going to happen because of the Venus-Uranus trine is that you are going to be rescued. This is what happens to people born under Venus. It's a marvelous feature that comes along with the planet, in that if it's forming an auspicious aspect to another planet, in this case, it's the trine to Uranus, then that turns Uranus from being a revolutionary or tumultuous or volatile energy into being a helpful and supportive one. The air rescue will be rather immediate and very quickly, and will be probably the result of people who know people who know people who are in a position to help you out. This is something that's very Venusian, and because Venus rules Uranus, which is right now in the zodiac sign of Taurus, and Venus is your ruling planet, you will definitely be the beneficiary of whatever rescue operation is taking place, and it will definitely be to your benefit. Now, does this mean that you are free of all consequences, that there's nothing to worry about? No, This trine is taking place in earth signs, and earth signs are very meticulous that you pay back in some sort of way, or that you learn your lesson, or that you maybe even involve in some sort of form of sweat equity. Earth wants to see that you've learned something from your mistake. So there are going to be consequences to you being rescued so quickly and at the last moment. But let's face it, if you're facing consequences, it's better to face those consequences standing on solid ground than it is to be splashing around in dire straits.